Alright, in this video we're going over the new top 5 overpowered guns after the recent update here in Modern Warfare 3. A lot of weapons got buffed as well as nerfed, and it's time to change up all of your class setups to stay in line with the current meta so you have the best setups in every single lobby. If that sounds good, feel free to drop a like in the vid, subscribe to the channel, and turn those post notifications to stay up to date with any and all best class setups as well as settings. Now for the first class, we're taking a look at the MTZ-556. This weapon is rock solid in this current meta. Definitely do not sleep on this AR. Now for the first attachment, we are going to start off with the stock, and we are going to be running the MTZ Marauder stock to drastically increase that recoil control and gun kick so you can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing. The most important thing you want to worry about within Modern Warfare 3 is making sure your weapons are as accurate as possible. Because the TTK is a little bit slower, you want to be able to place your shots accurately and fast to get the best results. Now for the second attachment, we are going to run an optic, and you have two choices here. You can either run the slate reflector, which is a great option, or you can rock the Mark III reflector, which is going to be an even better option because it has an open-ended optic, so it's not going to be obstructive at close ranges. And also, some of the character models have their hands over the barrels or whatnot. This is going to be kind of removing any of that weirdness or anything that's going to be obstructing your aim. So I'm recommending the Mark III reflector, but if you like the slate, that's also a good choice. Now we're going to be skipping over the laser. These are completely irrelevant because this is going to be a medium to long range type of build. It's still good at close range, but again, there's no reason to waste an attachment slot under this category. Now we are going to rock a barrel on this gun. There are a lot of good choices, but the best one is going to be the MTZ Rowan XL356. So we can take advantage of increased recoil control, gun kick control, and aim idle sway. Overall, a fantastic attachment on the MTZ. The cons are completely irrelevant. We're gonna have some attachments that's gonna be correcting all that. Definitely go ahead and give this a try if you're having trouble maintaining this weapon's accuracy at longer ranges. Now we are going to rock a muzzle on this gun. You do have two choices here. If you can control the recoil, the Shadow Strike suppressor is going to be a fantastic choice, removing us off the radar. But if you do want some more control, you can rock the VT7 Spitfire. I personally run this because we're also going to take advantage of increased damage range, bullet velocity, as well as recoil control here and the removal of the radar. So definitely a fantastic attachment that's going to be doing a lot of good things here, close range as well as long ranges. That's why I recommend the VT7 Spitfire. And then finally, we are going to go ahead and rock an underbarrel on this weapon. Now the hand stop is a great choice, but for maximum recoil controllability on this weapon, we are going to rock the SL Skeletal, which in turn is also going to be giving us some additional rewards here because we're going to have increased aim down sight speed as well as sprint to fire speed and the addition of vertical and gun kick control. Don't worry about the cons. You're not going to feel any of them. This is going to be a solid MTZ setup because once you go into the firing range, you're going to find that this class setup, even though it has a lot of recoil controlling attachments, the ADS is going to be respectable for an assault rifle. And you guys can see here, this gun is going to be a laser beam. Definitely go ahead and give this a try if you've been having trouble using the MTZ. I know it's a very popular weapon right now. Now for the secondary, this is going to be strictly for fun because I'm running a specific vest that allows me to do so. I've been having a lot of fun with the FGX Imperium. Now I've been running it with the field wrap handle. I have on the FTAC Dreadnought. I'm running the 1 milliwatt quick fire laser. I have on the FGX Kilo Tac stock as well as the FGX Blast. Now the reason I've been running this weapon is because a lot of the times when you're playing these maps, especially if you're playing 6v6 and even in 10v10, a lot of people are sitting in the back of the map, and I've been finding myself getting a lot, and I mean a lot of free kills sniping on this game, believe it or not. So much so I've been dropping more nukes with this, so definitely go ahead and give this a try, or any sniper that you enjoy. Now I'm also running the stem shot, proximity mine. I have on the munitions box, quick grip gloves, so I can swap weapons faster because I am running two primaries, as well as bone conduction headset, so I can hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier, allow me to go ahead and streak up and secure some nukes. Now if you're wondering how I'm able to rock two primaries on the same class setup, I'm using the gunner vest, which is amazing because we're gonna have overkill, max ammo off start, which is amazing, as well as sleight of hand. We're gonna have a faster reload. That's 3 perks in one. This is the best vest to run in the entire game. Run it immediately if you have not, because you can knock out 2 birds with 1 stone, level up 2 guns at the same time. There's just so many good things about it. It's just dumb not to use it. Now for class setup number 2, we are going to take a look at the MCW. This is one of the top ARs right now. It's not the best AR, quote unquote the best AR, but it is a top AR. I'm going to say this is number 2 right now currently. So for the MCW, we are going to go ahead and take a look at a specific class that's going to be allowing us to destroy people at longer ranges. Now we are going to start off with the rear grip, and we're going to be rocking the RB Claw PSL. This is going to be a fantastic attachment on this weapon. Before, I would never recommend running a rear grip on the MCW. Things have changed. This is going to be increasing that firing aim stability, gun kick control, and recoil control. Again, recoil control is everything here in Modern Warfare 3 because the TTK is a little bit slower. Now we are going to actually utilize the stock attachment on this weapon, and we're going to be running, if you guys can see here, we're gonna be running the RB RECOIL Heavy. This is gonna be overall a great attachment on this gun because we're gonna take advantage of additional recoil control, gun kick control, and added tack stance spread. You don't really need the tack stance spread, but we are gonna be taking advantage of more recoil control because we want to have a no recoil point and shoot MCW setup. Now to go ahead and help out this accuracy even more, we are going to rock an optic. Now again, you do have 2 attachment choices with this weapon. You can either run the slate reflector or you can rock the Mark III reflector on this assault rifle. I like the Mark III because it's open-ended, it's not going to be obstructive, and we can still use this gun at close range very easily, so I do recommend running this on your class setup. We're skipping over the laser. These are completely irrelevant on this build. We are also going to skip over the barrel, believe it or not. These are good, but there is a different attachment I'm going to recommend you guys going ahead and using on this weapon that's going to go ahead and help us out at closer ranges because we already have long range locked down. Now we are going to run a muzzle, and again, we're going to rock the VT7 Spitfire. I do recommend running the VT7 Spitfire on this class setup because we do want to have increased damage range as well as bullet velocity with the addition of recoil control and removal of the radar, so we can get behind their spawn, build a quick and easy streak, and also take people out at longer ranges if we get in those gunfights. Here in Modern Warfare 3, that happens quite often. And then finally, we are going to rock an underbarrel, and we are going to be using the SL Skeletal on the MCW. This is going to be a great class setup because we're taking advantage of close range and long range here. We're going to have aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and sprint to fire speed with this class setup. Now once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you just created an MCW build that's going to have a fast AES and also 0 recoil. This is an amazing class setup if you're looking to absolutely destroy people at any and all ranges after the update. Do not sleep on this weapon. Now for the secondary, I am still rocking the FGX Imperium. Even though we do have a long range build, there's a lot of good snipers to choose from. I just enjoy this one. We have in the field Wrap Handle. I have the FTAC Dreadnought, the 1 milliwatt quickfire laser, the FGX Kilo Tac stock, as well as the FGX Blast Bolt. And for the main of the setup, we have the Stem Shot, Proximity Mine, Munitions Box, Quick Grip Gloves, as well as Bone Conduction Headset. Overall, a fantastic class setup. You can't get wrong with this build. And obviously, we have on the Gunner Vest, we can have 3 perks in one. Overkill, max ammo, and sleight of hand. This setup is going to be running lobbies here in Modern Warfare 3. Now, for setup number 3, we're taking a look at arguably the best gun in the entire game. Definitely the best assault rifle, even after update, the HOLGER 5.56. This weapon is unbelievably good here in this game. They nerfed it, but it's still dominant. Now, for the first attachment, we are going to go ahead and rock the Morn 20 grip. This is going to allow us to destroy, embarrass SMG players at close ranges, increasing punch resistance, recoil control, and gun kick control. This attachment is what makes this weapon so good. You can rush, you can sit back, you can do whatever you want with this gun when you build it properly. Now for the stock, we are going to go ahead and rock the RB Adel Assault stock, another great attachment on this weapon, increasing recoil control and gun kick control. You guys can see the pattern here. We're always going to be rocking a rear grip or a stock that's going to be bumping up that recoil control so we can go full auto across the map. This is going to be a great attachment on this weapon. Now for the optic, business as usual, you can either run the slate reflector or you can go ahead and take advantage of the Mark III reflector. Both are great attachments. Considering the fact you can run and gun with this weapon, I'm going to be picking the Mark III reflector. Open-ended, it's less obstructive. Now, we're skipping over the laser. These are completely irrelevant on this HOLGER 5.56 class setup. Just like the MCW, we're also skipping over the barrel. We're not going to need it. This gun is going to have great range even without running this. but we are going to run a muzzle and we're going to run the VT7 Spitfire to increase our damage range, bullet velocity, and recoil control, just to make this gun as easy to use as possible. The cons are irrelevant because we're going to be removing ourselves from the radar. We can get behind the spawn, build a quick and easy streak, and go ballistic. And then finally, for the last attachment, we are not going to rock the SL. Instead, we're going to rock this XRK Edge BW4 hand stop, which is going to jack up that close range performance, increasing that aim walking speed, movement speed, aim down sight speed, and sprint to fire speed. Overall, a great attachment on this weapon. Now, I'm going to circle back to the rear grip because you guys can see here we lost that aim walking speed. We went ahead and gained it tenfold with this underbarrel. Once you go ahead and jump in the firing range, you're going to see here that we have a class setup that you can literally strafe and destroy people. The ADS is fast. The controllability is there. It melts at long range without a barrel. This is going to be a great class setup. Do not sleep on the HOLGER 556. Now, for the secondary, I still have on the FJX Imperium with the field wrap handle, the FTAC Dreadnought, the 1 milliwatt quickfire laser. I'm utilizing the FJX Kilo Tac stock and the FJX Blast. Again, you can rock whatever secondary or sniper you want. Whatever you're trying to level up, equip it. I do have on the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves, bone conduction headset, and the good old gunner vest that allows us to have 2 primaries, max ammo, and sleight of hand. Overall, a fantastic class that you guys cannot sleep on. Now, for setup number 4, we are taking a look at the Bass B. The Bass B is rising in popularity. This is going to be one of the best guns in the game if they continue to nerf a lot of the assault rifles, which I do not think they're going to do, but just in case, always have this class setup ready. Now, for this, you do have to build the Bass B a specific way because this only has 20 rounds. We're going to have to work around it, but I do have a class setup, again, that's going to be correcting all that. Now, we are going to be skipping over the rear grips here. These are not going to be necessary when building a Bass B class setup. These are just not going to be really what we need here, and we need a different attachment anyway. Now, for the stock, we are going to be taking a look at the Ravage 20 heavy stock. This is going to be a great attachment on this gun, bumping up gun kick control, recoil control, and firing aiming stability. Definitely a great attachment on this weapon, allowing us to go crazy at longer ranges, full auto, without worrying about a thing. Now, we are going to utilize an optic. The optic is going to be insane on this weapon. Now, unlike the other attachments here, we have to rock the Mark III reflector. This is going to be one of those guns that the operator handles the gun a little bit weird, so this is going to be a good attachment to go ahead and kind of correct it so there is no obstructiveness in your aim down sight, depending on how you see fit to choose your loadout. So I recommend running the Mark III reflector on the Bass B. Now, we're skipping over the laser. These are going to be completely irrelevant on this class setup. This is going to be a medium to long range setup by default, so we're going to go ahead and stick to that. These are irrelevant. Now, we also are going to be skipping over the barrels here. The barrels on the Bass B are going to be irrelevant as well. These are all going to slow this weapon down. This is a battle rifle, so we don't want to go ahead and kind of play into this weapon's weakness. We're not going to do that. Now, we are going to run a muzzle, and for the muzzle, we are going to be equipping the VT7 Spitfire on this weapon to go ahead and further increase the long range capability here. We're going to have damage range, bullet velocity, recoil control, and undetectable by radar. Overall, a great attachment on this weapon. If the gun still feels slow for whatever reason to you, you can swap this over to the Shadow Sight Suppressor, but keep in mind this gun is going to have a little bit more recoil. Not terrible, but again, if you want to have a no recoil loadout, which I know a lot of us do, the VT7 Spitfire is going to be the best attachment to run. Now, we are going to rock an underbarrel. Now, unlike some of the other weapons in this game, typically with the higher damage slow firing, we always go ahead and rock some type of hand stop. For this one, we are actually going to be rocking the SL Skeletal. This is going to be a great attachment on the Bass B, kind of going ahead and bumping up what this weapon is lacking, and that's going to be handling. We're going to have increased vertical recoil control, gun kick control, sprint to fire speed, and aim down sight speed. Huge aim down sight speed and sprint to fire speed benefits. We need that because, again, this isn't an assault rifle, it's a battle rifle. And then finally, to go ahead and bump up what this weapon is lacking the most, ammo capacity, we are going to the magazine section, and we're going to rock the 30-round magazine to go ahead and keep it in line with some of the ARs, like the HOLGER 556. Once you jump in the firing range, you're going to see here that we have a Bass B build that has ADS like an AR, and it's also going to be very, very easy to control. This is going to be, again, a battle rifle, assault rifle kind of hybrid setup, and it works out phenomenally in this game. Now for the setup, we have on the FGX Imperium, again, build wrap handle. I have on the FTAC Dreadnought. I'm running the 1 milliwatt quick fire laser, FGX Kilo TAC stock, as well as the FGX Blast. Overall, a great attachment choice for this weapon, and we are running the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves, and bone conduction headset to hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier and to swap weapons faster. Obviously, gunner vest is utilized to have 2 primers in the same class setup, max ammo, and faster reloading, which does come in handy because this weapon is handicapped with magazine capacity by default. And then finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at one of the best SMGs, if not the best SMG in the entire game, the Striker. This weapon received a massive, and I mean a massive buff. This gun is the real deal now. Do not sleep on it whatsoever. Now for the Striker, we are going to be skipping over the rear grips. These are going to be completely irrelevant on the setup because we have a stock that's going to have an integrated rear grip, which is going to be essentially giving us a 2-for-1 attachment combo. Now for the stock, we are going to rock the Lockman Recon series. Stock is going to be perfect, bumping up firing aiming stability, gun kick control, idle sway controllability, as well as recoil control. Everything we need to go ahead and transform the Striker into kind of a mini assault rifle we have locked down, so definitely go ahead and equip this immediately. Now we are going to run an optic. I don't like the iron sights, so you can choose between the slate reflector or the Mark III reflector. Both are good options. Because it's a submachine gun, I want to have the open-ended sight so it's not obstructive at close range. This is going to be a great choice with this gun. Now we're skipping over the lasers. Again, it's a submachine gun. You might think a laser might be good here, but it's not going to help us out, so we're not going to run it. We are going to run a barrel. Some people argue that the barrel is not good in this weapon. I want to run a barrel because it has literally 0 recoil and it makes the gun a lot easier to use, and I haven't noticed any type of obstructiveness or any type of hindrance in close range. So I recommend running the Striker Elite long barrel strictly so we can take advantage of that gun kick and recoil control. The added benefits of idle sway controllability and bullet velocity range are nice, but again, I want to have a 0 recoil Striker class setup. The cons are irrelevant. Now we are going to run a muzzle and we're going to rock just the Shadow Strike suppressor. The cons, obviously none here. It's a submachine gun. Slowing down the aim down sight is not necessary. And again, this is going to be already a good long range submachine gun. We don't need any increase of damage range. And honestly, a lot of these suppressors are going to be hurting that, so we're not going to run them. So just rock the Shadow Strike suppressor. Now we are going to run not underbarrel. A lot of people like to run the underbarrel on this weapon. A lot of people like to rock the hand stop on here. I'm not recommending it. You don't need it, especially because we have a barrel that's going to be doing a little bit more than that. So we're going to be skipping over the underbarrel on the Striker. We're going to jump right to the magazine, and you do have 2 choices. If you don't care about the slower ADS, you can rock the 60 round drum, but the 48 round mag, once you unlock it, is amazing. Give this a go. It's going to be a fantastic choice. If you're wondering how you can unlock, as I know some people do not have this unlocked, you just hover over the attachment, equip it, and do 2 daily challenges or win 2 games. Boom, you get it unlocked very quick, very easy. It's worth it because once you go into the firing range, you just built an SMG AR hybrid that has a crazy fast ADS. Even though we have a barrel on it that doesn't move, this gun has no recoil. This is exactly why I built it this way. It's an SMG AR hybrid. It's incredible. I absolutely love it. And for the secondary, we are going to rock the FGX Imperium, and I'm running the field wrap handle. I have on the FTAC Dreadnought. I'm running the 1 milliwatt quick fire laser. I have an FGX Kilo TAC stock, as well as the FGX Blast. Overall, an amazing sniper. Run whatever sniper or secondary try to level up. I also have on the stem shot, proximity mine, munitions box, quick grip gloves, as well as bone conduction headset, so I can get my nukes a little bit easier by hearing footsteps and gunfire and swap weapons faster. And then obviously for the vest, we have on the gunner vest, which allows us to have 2 primers in the same build, max ammo, and faster reloading. These are an amazing setups you guys should be taking a look at. These are 5 of the best guns to use right now here in Modern Warfare 3. If there are 2 setups I want you to check out immediately, definitely go ahead and give the MTZ a go. This is a fantastic AR. I've been feeling this will be one of the better ARs coming within the next weeks because they could do some weapon balance updates down the line. And the MTZ, it's on that borderline of it being OP or not. It's a very good gun. It takes a little bit of controllability. You have to build it right. So I recommend going ahead and using this and getting comfortable with it, and definitely get comfortable with the BAS-V. This is going to be one of the best guns in the entire game. I can guarantee you that right now. So if you guys enjoyed the vid and it does help you guys out, tear it up, drop your first nuke, increase your KD ratio, let me know in the comment section. And as always, drop a like on the vid, subscribe to the channel for those post notifications. Been your boy Ears, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.